Hi, Arathi. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Jay.
Hi.
Okay, somebody's Firefly is here. Whose is this? Shy, is this? Here's yours. Your note taker is
Great.
here.
Okay, thanks.
And let's see. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Really excited to have Shy here today. While people are still
Thanks.
kind of coming into the Zoom room, Shy, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit? And I'll also invite the folks who are here to intro themselves too.
Okay, great. My name is Shay Bar. I'm from Israel. I've been doing AI for 3 years now. My background is infrastructure and security. I've been working as an employee in a high-tech company for 28 years. I decided to open my own business, consulting AI and teaching AI. And in the last couple of years, I've been going over through platforms, mostly vibe coding, not pure coding. I met many of the folks through the Mind Studio community, and then we evolved from there. Now I'm building with Base44, Lovable, Cloud Code, of course, Codex, and OpenClaw. And this session is about OpenClaw. We'll try to understand why one should use it, any AI agent, and we'll do a short demonstration how to create your own assistant. So this is the goal of this meeting.
Thank you so much, Shai. I was telling Shai that our group has been working on these deployments for OpenClaw for a while, but I think we were getting stuck on like how do we actually make them like really useful for us. So when I heard about Shai's agent team, his OpenClaw team that is running his business, I thought, okay, if we can, I would love to get Shai in here to tell us, how did you configure all these agents? How did you, onboard them? How did you make them actually useful instead of just, like a annoying pet that we set up and that can't do anything. So we're really excited to have you here with us, Shy.
Thank
Uh,
you.
okay. Um,
We can start
all
if you want.
right. Well, before we start, how about okay, yeah, let's go ahead and start. I think it's 1:32, so yeah, let's dive in.
Okay.
I'll stop sharing.
Um,
And Shy, if there are questions, do you want people to unmute themselves or do you want me to take a
y-
look at the chat?
yeah, feel free. It's an open session. If you want, it's not a disturbance. If you want to stop, if someone doesn't understand something, then of course we can stop and talk about it. No worries. Feel free.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So this is what we're going to do in the next 90 minutes. We are going to talk about why we have 5 sections. The first section, we are going to talk about why businesses need virtual agents, and then when should they use them and when not to use them. And then we'll go to how to design an agent for a business. It can be a huge business, it can be a medium business, it can be a small business. They all need the same process. I'm working through a methodology called people process technology, and we'll see how we implement it here. Then we'll do a live demonstration of an OpenClaw agent that I've created. I didn't configure it yet. I just installed OpenClaw, and we will see how we use the process to define this agent to help us. In our case, I'm creating my CMO. She's called Julie, and we will give Julie some soul, some skills, and of course, some tasks to do. Eventually, we want her to help us to save us time. I'm thinking about her being my CMO because we need to create a lot of content and promote our business. and it's a tedious work. Okay, so let's dive in. So the first chapter is why businesses need virtual agents anyway. And in this section, we'll cover four things here. Why is the interest high right now? And we'll talk about example ChatGPT vs an agent. It can be Claude vs an agent, but we want to understand the difference. Where time actually gets saved, because we have 6 recurring places agent replace repetitive work, the main one, and toys vs real business tool. My agenda is not doing fireworks, though I do create some magnificent work, but it's not the main goal of creating AI agents. It's being a tool, a business tool. So it's not just giving yourself high likes in LinkedIn, but really create something useful. Okay, so 2 years ago, teams ran isolated experiments. It means they took AI tools into the business, create their own GPTs. They worked with project maybe in OpenAI, but most of them only talked with the AI. They gave him some questions, received answers, and then copied to wherever they like. Uh, it's not very useful, but it was like a personal productivity tool. We all use it. We can give it some instructions, and in a project, you can define even more than instruction. You can give it now skills, but again, it's something that you need to work with, meaning it's like co-work. It works with you, and then it completes whatever you need to digest some information, to create some information back, but it's something that you need to go back and forth. Now, AI become a colleague with a defined job, meaning I can define an AI agent with a certain task, give him information, and then get back some content, for example. So this is the difference between then and now. ChatGPT answer questions. Okay, we are not talking only on ChatGPT, but it can be Claude, it can be Gemini, whatever. But you start every conversation from scratch. Maybe you have instructions, so you're in a better position. It tries to help. It asks you something. If it's not clear, it will give you some more questions. In Claude, this is very useful. When it doesn't understand now, the thinking models are asking you questions back before answering. So it does save tokens, but it doesn't understand your business goals. And the output is at ChatGPT or Claude or whatever, and you have to copy paste it. So an AI agent is different because it has one defined job and a clear role. When you create an AI agent, don't give it many roles. Give it a defined role. As the guy said, I created a few agents for my business. Each and every one of them has a clear definition what he's supposed to do in my business. Who is he? What's his goal? What's his purpose? And then he cannot work outside its scope. Meaning, if Julie is a CMO, she's not the security officer. I will not give her tasks to any security jobs. And then it knows your context, documents, tone, rules. We can define everything and we'll see how we do it. And then we give the AI agent inputs and outputs. It can be your Google Drive that contains documents, and it can send it back through your email or your Slack channel. Agents save real times in 6 recurring places. This is the most known use cases of AI agent. First is repetition. Recurring questions. Let's say you have customers and you have a website and customer want to ask some questions. and you don't want to spend time answering those questions because you have a knowledge base. You want the AI agent to be able to fetch this information and then answer questions for your customers or potential customers. I created in the beginning for my studio this kind of AI agent that goes to their knowledge base and their videos that Luis created. And when someone in the community is asking a question, it goes to the knowledge base and bring a relevant video link if there is something related to the question. And I did it 1 year ago. Now in OpenClaw, we can do something much more sophisticated, including talking with your customer after he brings the answer and then guiding him. Another use case is intake, gathering information. And Liga have done this many times, meaning doing research and gathering information from the internet. It can be from a forum, from a person, what have you. Again, this is something that it's time consuming and you don't want to spend time there. Summaries and analysis. I have a lot of documents I receive from Gartner and from many sources, and there is value in those documents, but I don't have time to read everything. So I want to summarize them and then bring something if it's useful for me now. Otherwise, I will log it somewhere that I can find it later. First draft documents. I'm creating a proposal from my clients, SOWs, PRDs. Then the AI agent can create the draft. I'm the human in the loop. I will go over, read it, give some feedback to my AI agent, and then it will improve. Then I have the document ready, and I can tell him, send it to my customer. Reminder and coordination. My second in command is Alice. She's an AI agent, and she's doing all the reminders for me from my calendar, from my task, from I need to bring my kid from the garden. She reminds me everything. So I don't have to keep anything in my mind, just keeping me focused on work. So this is something very useful. People use that a lot. And running a simple process. I mean, if we have a process that is defined, this is a key here. It's very important. You need to have a defined process in your work, in your job, in your life, wherever you want to implement an AI agent. If you have a defined process, then you can tell him move A to B, B to C. If this is happened, go to E. That's it. Send me a summary of what you've done. So this is the big and the most important impact of AI agent. If I have a working workflow and I can tell my agent what I'm doing, the process, then I can automate it because AI agent, especially OpenClaw, is AI and automation together. It's two different things, but OpenClaw, for example, is a combination of both of them. So you can create triggers that then will do something if something happened. Let's say we received an email from our customer, and if it's important, I want her to message me on Slack or on Telegram because currently I'm not with my email open. So this is a workflow. Something, she received an email, she verified that it's urgent, and then she pinged me through WhatsApp, through Telegram, through Discord. So this is a small workflow, but this is a good example of taking an AI agent and becoming efficient because I don't want to open my email each and every minute. A good agent needs four things: scope, information, boundaries. This is very important. Otherwise, it will draft and you'll have problem with the AI agent. And then process. So we need to give him a clear task, one job defined narrowly. Don't give him a huge scope to deal with or many tasks to do. It's not the right approach. It's AI. Too much context is bad context. So we have to make him focused. You can give him more skills, but again, in the boundaries of his role. Meaning, if Julie is the CMO, she's only doing marketing tasks. She won't remind me to bring my kid from the garden. That's it. She's scoped. It's very important from my experience. You get a really better results when you have small AI agents. You can do orchestration. Alice is doing the orchestration. She manages all my agents. But the small agents, they have a very clear task to do, or many tasks, but in the same scope. If you have any question, if you don't understand something, please stop me. The right information. You already know it on AI, garbage in, garbage out. If it doesn't have a good content, which means documents, examples, anything he needs as input, if it's not good enough, then you get poor results. And it's not the fault of the AI. It's the fault of the context that he receives. Yes, Leah.
Shai, can you go back to your email, your urgent email ping workflow? Like, can you talk a little bit about how did you set it up? Is it like, oh, if it sees urgent, it will ping you, or does it like read it and then decide, actually, Shai needs to see this right away? Or if you could just share a few sentences about how you set that up, I think that would be helpful.
Yeah, great. I created Alice her own Gmail account. She can see, she's not involved with my account. And she's the point of contact, meaning when I send an email to a customer, she's in CC. And when he replies, I receive the email, but she receives it as well to her inbox. Now, I created a job that runs every 15 minutes that Alice reads her inbox. And then she's using AI. So reading the inbox each 15 minutes is automation. But then she reads the emails. Now she understands from the context. This is AI. She has a skill to understand from the context what is the customer talking about. Now she will go to the command center, my command center, ITTeam command center, and understand, is it a customer or a potential customer? Who is he? And then she has enough information to decide it's a customer, this is urgent, and he needs Shai's assistant fast. And then she will ping me, it's another automation on Telegram. Make sense? Okay. So next step, clear boundaries. This is guardrails, what they are allowed to do and what never to do, which means if you don't have enough information, ask me. Don't hallucinate. Don't invent anything. Don't bring information that I didn't ask for. These guardrails saves you tokens and frustration. Sometimes you can get an answer, invented it. Okay, thanks. And you count on it. And it's a business. It's not as we said before, it's not a toy. I need clear information. If a customer came and asked for something about a project that we are running, so Alice should go to the command center and verify in our documents, did we address that or not? Do we have a decision about the meeting or not? And if there is, bring it back. And if there isn't, she should answer, we don't have this decision yet. We were talking about it, but we didn't decide anything. So boundaries is very important if you want to get a real productive agent. You should know where to stop, where to ask you, and what to ask you. And then a real process. As we talked about the email process, there is a process, there is a workflow that lives inside. She receives something, she has to analyze it, and then she decide and send or don't send the message. So this is a simple workflow, but they have to get a clear workflow in the skill set. We'll look at that in the demonstration. If that's happened, what are you supposed to do? How do you react? What do you do? We're in a second. When to use an AI agent and when not to. Okay, because there is a big fast. Wow, I've done a great OpenClaw agent. You must create on your own. For what? I can talk with my ChatGPT now with no AI agent. And I have a project defined. He knows who is Shay. He's working for me for 3 years now. So I have an OpenClaw in OpenAI. So why should I use the AI agent? So you don't have to run to create an AI agent, OpenClaw, just for the sake of having OpenClaw and do a small checkbox. Yeah, I have OpenClaw. No, you should create one if you need one. So we will cover 4 things here. First, we need a working definition. A virtual agent, in plain business terms, no jargon. So what does it receive? What does it supposed to do with this information? And then what does he get back from this information and present it for me? It should be defined. And then there are common types. It can be knowledge, it can be operational, it can be a process. So these are the 3 kind of agent that usually we will try to implement to our business. Knowledge is very simple. We want him to fetch knowledge, analyze it, and then save it somewhere. Operational, it will be like the example of the email. You receive something, you analyze, you send it. This is operational. Or I have an AI agent that does security. We have GitHub code. I want you to go do an analysis, bring me a report. If you find something crucial, critical, then alert me. We have to stop this project. Okay, so there is a process, operational and process here, because it's operational. I gave him a workflow, but again, in this operational, we have a process because he has a logic inside that he can decide by my definition what to do if we found some security issues. So this is the combination of operational and process. And of course, how they differ. We'll go inside in a minute. Where value shows up, okay, and we want to take the quick wins. Let's say you have idea for 4 AI agents. I have idea for 10, but I implemented the most valuable AI agent. So Alice is second in command. I needed her because I need to run the business. And then I created Sophia to run the Best AI Academy because I need to run the academy. And then I created Ari, is the strategist. He helped me to refine my strategy, my business strategy. So I'm doing a priority in terms of who's the first AI agent that I need to create for improving my business that will have the biggest return on investment, because it is an investment of time and money in terms of tokens, of course. So this is very important. And then where not to start. And we'll dive into it in the slide. So you see here a software worker that does one defined job. This is crucial. Applying a business rules and producing the kind of output a person would. So you should think of it like you're hiring someone. Let's say we're trying to hire a CMO, a marketing manager. So she must get a definition. What is she supposed to do? What is her business? What I'm trying to sell? What are my channels, my social channels? If she doesn't have the information, a human, she cannot do her role right. So you should treat the AI agent like a virtual worker, not a chatbot. This is the first step. Okay, you see, treat it like you hire someone new, and then you do onboarding. We all worked in some places, and when I got to the first position that I worked at Systematics, I had 2 months of onboarding. So in AI agent, not 2 months, but yes, there will be 2 weeks or 3 weeks of onboarding process and refining and improving until you get the worker right and it works like you defined it. So this is the first step. And then we talked about three types. The knowledge agent, it can answer questions. For example, you have internal questions or customers. This is very common. If you have a website and you want your agent to go over the website and you have a blog there or that people can reply to posts and you want to collect the feedbacks and then analyze them and then tell you that something is right or something is wrong. It doesn't have to reply there if you don't want it, but you get the information without you going there. But if you want it to be as a chatbot, you can do an interface in the website, and the OpenClaw agent is in the backend, and he has access to all the knowledge base. So if someone is asking about a certain, let's say, expertise of you or your business, this OpenClaw can answer. Again, there are something important to say here. You don't want to expose an AI agent for free access to everybody because it will overload it. So you might do a gate as for only customers, for example. So you need to log in as a customer in order to talk with my OpenClaw. So this is a best practice of exposing your agent in a website, for example. And then it can be operational agent, look like meeting recap. I'm doing it all the time. Alex, when I finish, this is why I bring to my meetings every time the note taker, because when I have the summary, I send it to Alice, and then she summarizes and log it to my command center. This way I save time, a lot of time, and I can take decision out of the meeting. Proposal draft is another example. Inbox strides, we talked about it. She has the emails, the BCCs. She can then go over the emails and understand if there is anything important inside. Then she can float it to me. And a process agent, which look like lead intake, onboarding, ticket routing. Ticket routing is a very good example. You have an email support, let's say at ligayas.com, and when someone open a ticket, you want to understand first, is he covered with a support contract? Is he paying? Do I want to answer this question? Yeah, so again, this is a process agent. Again, you need to define the process first in order to then automate it. Agents deliver value where work is repetitive and knowledge-based. This is something that you should take from this session. Again, work repetitive and knowledge-based. If it's a one-time shot, you don't need an AI agent. Do it with Claude, do it with ChatGPT, do it with Gemini, and finish the work. But if you do it once a week, twice a week, let's say you need to post to socials, and you want to invest because this is your reputation, and it does consume time. If you want to post twice a week, it will take you 1 or 2 hours. But you don't want to invest so much time on socials. So you should consider creating an AI agent that does the heavy lifting. You're the human in the loop. You review the post that he created or the document that you're loading, and then you invest 5 to 10 minutes to post it, and that's it. So it has to be repetitive. And again, knowledge based, because if it doesn't have knowledge, it cannot do its work. Some places are not ready for an AI agent. This is where not to do an AI agent. If you can't write down the process, listen carefully. If you can't write down the process, meaning you can't define it, then you cannot automate it. I told Sandokan, you know Sandokan Ligaya, right? Yeah, I told him you can solve a problem, not Sandokan itself, but meaning one can solve a problem that he doesn't understand. And this is the same. You cannot automate a process that you cannot write down. If you don't understand the process, how do you want the AI agent to help you? So you have to do the process first manually. I receive an email, I go over the email, I understand this and that, and then in this route, I will do this action. In the other route, I will do two other actions. Now that I write the workflow, now I can start doing automation. It's not the opposite way around. Not like people go to Mind Studio. I love Mind Studio, and they start building something. Let's see what we'll get. No, you have to define what are you trying to build here, and then start building it. Okay. So if the process is unclear, even to people doing it, then you can do OpenClaw or other AI agent. And of course, mistakes. There are some places that you won't involve AI if it's legal or finance. So you have to create a clear path and human in the loop and many guardrails because you don't want to mess your legal or finance. The information lives in other people's heads. This is classical. I have customers that comes to me and tell me, yes, we want to create an AI engine that will help us run our knowledge base. I'm telling them, where is the knowledge base? David knows that. Where? In his head. So what are you supposed to do here? You want me to create an AI agent that's asking questions all day? You have no knowledge base. You have a person that is the knowledge base. And he won't invest time logging and talking to some AI agent explaining all this information that is stored in his head. No way. It can be done. And if it's a dynamic workflow, if I'm changing the workflow each and every day, for example, and I don't have a clear decision about the path when something happens, so don't create an AI agent for that until you have a clear and verified path. Meaning, I know that if I receive this kind of information, an email, for example, then I will do an action like pinging Shay. If it's not defined or it's changing, then don't start with that. You see, not everything needs an AI agent, but any process that is repetitive, knowledge-based, one time consuming is worth examining. One time, you do it for one time, and then you have this AI agent, you will improve it, but then it's not your problem anymore. You don't have to do this task anymore. How to design an AI agent? Are we good till now? Do you feel comfortable with the information? Okay. First, we have to pick a clear pain. We have to pick something that consumes times or it's very tedious to do. Maybe it doesn't take a lot of time, but I don't love this kind of task and I don't want to do it anymore. So you have to start from a real named problem, not from AI in our business. This is not your goal to use AI. Your goal is to use AI to solve a problem. Okay, so this is the first step. And then you have to define the role. Who is he? Who is she? How do they help me? What can they do? Or must do? Or must not do? And what to hand off in the end of the process. It can be a small report or a WhatsApp thumbs up. Done. But there should be a beginning, middle, and end of this flow. And then you define input and output, the information that goes in and what comes out. And again, it can be a thumbs up, meaning you ask in Telegram, do review on my inbox, check if there is any important message, and he knows what's important. because you defined it, and then reply. And you'll go to your inbox and check and reply, nothing important. Or two messages from Dan, from Alicia, you have to reply, and then you can tell him, okay, go bring the summary, please. Wrote the summary, you read it. Oh, then send me a very important document. Okay, log it to my command center or save it to my Google Drive. So you have to define input and output and what to shape and how it looks and define control. This is general for AI, not only OpenClaw, but this is very, very important because you have to do boundaries, approval, which means human in the loop, quality gates. I wrote an article about that. Quality gate is the way to improve an AI agent. You verify that the picture, the music, the video, the document, whatever is in good quality, as you designed, as you shaped, as you meant it to be. And if it's not there, then you do a loop, refine, improve it. And there is a technique inside of scoring system that you verify. I created an agent in my studio that does that for LinkedIn posts, meaning if it has all the criteria inside, it is meant to be with a hook, and then a story style, and then the information in very certain order. And if it's not like that, then it's not gonna go over this quality gate. It will have to do it again. And a way to measure time saved. This is the ROI. Let's say you created an agent for you posting to LinkedIn, and you know it takes you 2 hours a week. Now you want to measure that it takes, instead of 2 hours, let's say 1 hour. So you want to understand, yes, I saved 1 hour. This is not me doing AI for the sake of AI, but me doing AI for improving my business. So you have to measure. If you've done something with an OpenClaw or other AI agent, measure that. How much time did it save me? How much content did we create, improve? We used to post once a week, and now we post 3 times a week. So measurement is a good indicator for your business to know, is it improving or not? So again, you'll pick a pane, you define agent role, you define input and output, and define boundaries and control. We've done that. It looks like that. I keep answering the same 5 questions every week. Yeah. It can be for my kids. They ask me the same questions each and every week. I lose an hour after every meeting writing it up. I need an agent that does the summary form, for example. Not only the summary, but also log it to somewhere I can find it later. Because if it will do a summary and send it to my inbox after 2 months, I don't know if I will find it. So I need a system here. Log it and maybe do a small index. Who's the customer? What project is it related to? I need some information, metadata, so I can find it easily. Customer asks basic things about before they understand the service or your website. So let's say he won't answer, but I want him to analyze the questions. And then I see there are 5 repetitive questions. Then I will write a new section in my services page that answers that. So it's a way to improve. I want to see where are the gaps. Not like I want AI in my business. Definitely not. Okay, define the agent role. Who is it serving? A customer, employee, partner, you? Who should it help? Okay? And then what can it do? The tasks that is allowed to do. And then what it must not do. Again, the guardrails. This is your boundaries. This is not your problem. If there is a task in the command center that's written Shay or Alice, this is not your task. Don't touch it. You don't need to read this task. And they what it hands off. The exact moment it stopped and passed the work to a human. Can be you, your employee, whatever, to a customer. So there must be a clear definition. How does success look like? When you finish your job, what do you bring back? Define input and output. It can be a question, it can be a transcript of a call, form, file, email, whatever. But it should know what it receives. And then the output can be an answer, a table, draft email, a task, recommendation, and then the shape. It's also important because you want it to be short or long, and the tone, your style, the format. Can use your brand book for formatting and the structure if you want the same way every time. In security, we do it a lot. The report must be structured. So there are sections in the report. It must appear. So I gave him a template. So you must fill the template when you answer. And if something is missing, then you write missing. You don't skip this section. And the channel. It can be WhatsApp, it can be your email or CRM if it's connected or whatever. But what is the channel that you're talking and receiving information? It can be different channels. I have channels that I send information and other channels that I receive them. And the boundaries that we talked about. Never promise for a customer, let's say, prices or legal positions or commitments, anything risky to get wrong. So if I'm running a business and I have a PRD receipt from my customer and I'm creating an answer, an SOW, scope of work, I don't want him to send it to the customer before I go over this SOW to see that everything is aligned and he included all the information. And of course, human approvals. Sometimes, even on LinkedIn posts, I don't let my agent to post for me. I always look in the draft, read it, improve it, and then tell the agent what to improve for the next time, and then I will post it. Quality check. Okay, this is very clear. You have to see if it's performing or not. And then measure the time saved, the number that justify its existing. Like an employee, you hired someone and you want to know, is he productive or not? If he's not, you're not going to pay him the next salary for sure. So for you, you need to do that. Question one, what is the task? Name it in one sentence. Second one, how much time does it take per week? Per week? So you have to define it, measure it. Posting for me in LinkedIn 2 hours a week. My goal is to spend only an hour a week in posting. Question three, what information does the agent need to help? Because I don't tell him, go to the internet, I want to post about something interesting. No, I have information, I have knowledge base. So I will tell him, go to my knowledge base. This is an example of my post. This is the context, this is the tone, this is my brand. And then what would a good result look like? The format, length, level of details. Okay, we came to the demonstration. Okay, we are going to do a demo, build a demo agent. Okay, I'm going to build my Julie. She's my CMO. She's going to save me time analyzing my socials and create rough posts for me. And we will go over the implementation in a second. And we'll see the six. Okay, let's go there fast.
Hey Shy, as we're kind of shifting to the demo part, I did want to ask if anybody has
Last
any,
question.
yeah, any
Mhm.
questions before we go on.
Do you see the OpenClaw?
Yes.
Okay, this is a virtual machine. It's located on my computer. I didn't dedicated a full computer for that. You can do it on cloud. Most of my agents are sleeping part of the day, so I think running them as a virtual machine is a very good approach. So I created the AI agent. It's a virtual machine, and I only installed OpenClaw. I didn't define it yet. If you want to install it, I will create, hopefully by the end of the week, I told the guy how to install it, but it's very simple. This is the link, and it's straightforward. You just copy and paste the commands, and after 20, 30 minutes, you have the OpenClaw running as I'm running it now in the virtual machine. Okay, I can put it if you want it in the chat. Now, we talked about giving. I created Julie. She doesn't know she's Julie now. It's just an OpenClaw. She doesn't understand who she is. He doesn't understand who he is. And we have to do the definition as we talked about it. So you have to create the definition. You can do it by talking with your ChatGPT or Claude and then explaining what you're trying to do, that you're trying to create a definition for your first AI agent. I've done it, and I will show you how it looks. This is my command center. I'm running my business through this command center. It's an application that I wrote for me. And there it is. It will look something like that. The role, who is him or who is she? The mission, what is supposed to do? Core responsibilities, direct reports, who reports to her and who she's supposed to report to, main coordination partners, operating boundaries, this is boundaries we talked about, fast workflow to support, she's doing the marketing, example output, we talked about what she should then bring back, and success signals. Now I can take everything here and go to the OpenClaw, put it here. Good luck.
Shy, as your Julie is getting configured, can you give us a few sentences about your command center? Like, what were we just looking at?
Okay, while she's running, this is something that I've built for my business. It's a command center. I have here all the information I need to run my business. All the project that I run now, and inside, and this is what we're trying to do, ITTeam OpenClaw employees. So I will have a brief on the project, all the tasks that needs to be done and done. There are no meetings in this project because it's internal. All the knowledge base documents that I have in the project, decision that we've taken, Alice and me. Alice is my assistant. If there are any Git repositories connected to the project, they will be here. And if there is a Google Drive connected, it will be here as well. And this is the most important part. This is the roadmap of the progress of the project. I have lanes here. You see VM alignment, operating models and handoff, phase 2 capabilities planning. Everything is here by done and to do related to the task. So this way I can manage my projects in an efficient way. And each task that I have, there is, of course, an assignment. You see, there is an assignment here in this task for me and Alice. Alice is the second in command. She's the first OpenClaw that I've created. So I can send her to the command center and tell her what is your next task. And by assignment, she knows she has to complete this task until, and there is a due date. So this is the task. This is the most important thing here with the project and task. I also log decisions. It's a way to follow and then update your AI agents on each and every decision that you take for your customers or internal decision. This way they can read it and keep updated, being updated. And this is what we're going to use. I use this skill tree. All the skills that I've created are here. And we're going to demonstrate how I take a skill and give Julie, then she will have access to this command center. Instead of defining it manually, once it's done, I log it to the command center and I will take it to Julie, and then she will have access. Because currently this is a project outside of OpenClaw and she cannot access it. She needs API keys. She needs to understand how to address it, what is located inside in terms of knowledge, projects, things, whatever. So someone should give her the definition, and we are going to give her this skill. And when I'll give her this skill, she will have access to the command center. And she will be able to now engage with my business. I'm running all my business here, including payments, calendar, customers, everything is inside. It's like a huge CRM and task management in one place. I built it on Base44, and my agent can talk with this command center. Let's ask her. Who are you? I want to see if it's defined. Hmm.
Shy, it looks like this agent just cleaned up the onboarding document for you, or so it didn't
It
understand that you were
no, it
telling
didn't answer. This is you.
it.
Yeah, I should have put it before. This is you. This is your definition. When it loads the first time it asks you, it gives you a small question like that. And because I skipped that,
Hey Shai, I have a question. I
mhm,
just noticed it on my UI. I don't have what is it called? Status bar on the bottom where yours says 8% context used, 21K out of 272K. Does that
because of
say
the version, are you updated?
uh I'm on
It
5.7. Okay. So you
yeah,
think that's
it's an improvement. It's an
oh I
improvement.
see. Okay, so does that say that based on your system that your limit is 272K? How do I interpret that?
Um, I connected it to my codex because there are a few ways to implement um, your usage of AI here, meaning
Okay.
in terms of models. Now, the classical one is to give it an API to your
Mm-hmm.
uh, AI provider. But if you want to save tokens, then you can use your codex or Claude um, subscriptions with limitations. I'll try to explain that. Um, the best way to demonstrate it will be here. I have OpenClaw connected to my Visual Studio. I pay
Okay.
$20 a month for our subscriptions, okay? Now, if you
Mm-hmm.
do something like that, account and usage, then you see that you have a 5 hours session rate and a weekly rate. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this is something that is included in the $20 that you're paying a month. Now, you can
Okay.
connect it to any OpenClaw. Then it will consume the session and it will consume the weekly. But if it's something that's doing very small tasks, it will be something that you can then use this AI mechanism instead of paying for API calls. Now I have a fallback position, meaning I'm using this, and if this is limited, then I go to the API. So I'm always using the subscriptions credits before I go to the API.
Okay. I heard that they would kick you out if you use your subscription credits. That's
No,
why
that's right, but you have to know how to do it. There is, yeah, yeah,
maybe you
yeah,
and I can connect offline because
It's no
we'll find out
problem.
how to
But
do that.
there is a trick. They know that you use it. So yes, if they'll notice that you do it through the OpenClaw because they're against OpenClaw, they can close your account. But there
Hmm.
is a way to do it without losing the account. I did something very simple. I'm not using it with Claude. I'm using it with Codex because I have a
Okay.
subscription to Gemini, to OpenAI, and Claude.
Hmm.
And Codex is very useful. The 5.5 AI model is very smart. Then I connected, as you've seen, I've connected this Julie agent with the GPT 5.5. So if you go with
Okay.
I can do it quickly to show you where it is. OpenClaw config. You see, there is under model. OpenAI is configured, but if I ask
Hmm.
for Anthropic, then you see there is Anthropic Cloud CLI, no, but the API is to put the API key, and they removed it from this version. Haha, yeah, they know that it's blocked.
Okay.
Yeah, but how I've done it, it's like this. You see, Codex browser login.
Hmm.
So he's using my subscription instead of consuming my API's tokens. Okay, you can do it, of course, with Google. It's the same. OAuth will do the like authentication through your account, and API is the known API keys that you put inside.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, understood. I'm Julie, ITTeam CMO agent, owning marketing leadership. Now she understands who she is. Great. So I gave her the skill that I've created. Again, you do it with, you can do it anywhere, but the concept is very, very clear and straightforward. You have to give everything we talked about should be included inside. If you won't put it, then you won't get good results. And that's for sure. I tried it a lot of time and it's very frustrating. Now, we did the onboarding package. This was the first thing that we told her. Who is she? What she's supposed to do, her mission, core responsibilities, everything. Now, the second thing that they need to do is to give her a brief. Um, this is more related to my business. What am I doing here? I'm telling her she knows their identity, but she needs to understand the source of truth. Okay, so I have some documents that will help her understand. We'll go over them in a second. Um, but in order for her to access our command center, yeah, I think let me check something before we continue. Just want to make sure that I'm following the right path. Mm, yeah, this is the definition of my organization. Who exists and their roles. So each one of them should know about the other because they are going to collaborate. And if they don't know, they cannot talk with each other. Alice is the orchestration layer, but each one should know what is the relation to another AI agent. If he needs to give him some information or receive information, what he's supposed to do with. So I have OpenClaw employee org draft, meaning this document is my schema of my organization. It's not relevant if you're doing only one AI agent. But when you have some AI agent, you do need to maintain the schema of the organization so they'll know where are the boundaries that we talked about. Meaning, if Julie is a CMO, she's doing marketing. Alice is not supposed to do marketing. And if Alice is second in command and she's running the orchestration, Julie should not intervene. So this is something that you define. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you created your first AI agent, then put inside what's the AI agent doing, is KPIs, the tools that he's using. You see, it's written here, Base44 command center. This is the command center that they are using. Handoff rules. And for each and every agent, I defined this kind of document, and there is a central schema for all of them. So first, we have to connect. Let's connect her to the command center. If you have any question, I can stop before I go on. No. Okay, I want to connect her. We are running our business on base 44 command center. I want to connect you to the command center. Here is the first skill. I defined this skill with Alice, meaning I connected Alice manually to the command center, meaning I connected it through API and defined everything. Once she was connected, I told Alice, now file this, log this to the command center as a skill so another AI agent can connect like you. Okay? So each time I do a connection, I tell the same AI agent, now we have a clear path how to connect, save it to our command center as a skill. This way, those AI agent helps you file those skills and then use them with different AI agents. It's very useful if you're trying to be productive. Otherwise, you will have to define it over and over and over again. It's very frustrating. So I have in the command center now almost 30 skills, and most of them are connection to my command centers and other platforms. I have a skill that connect another agent to the social media platform. Then she can bring statistics and she can post if something is then ready and it's not draft anymore, she can post it. So I will create the skills and this way they can operate. Some of these skills are already built in OpenClaw, like talking with Telegram is something that it's built in. You only have to bring the key and there is a short process and then you have a Telegram bot. But if you want to do it something custom like I've done and create your own command center, then you should expose an API with the methodology how to get information and save information. And then you connect your OpenClaw agent to this command center. I see that we have some errors. Let's see if she can patch them. This is a live demo. I didn't prepare anything.
I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
So for the agent that we are writing, do we need to have a command center like with all the
No, no.
no?
If you want, you can. There is a skill built in OpenClaw that's called GOG, and it helps you connect to your Google account, and you can do a command center in your Google account, meaning you can save files there, and she can read or he can read your emails. You don't have to use the command center as I did.
Okay. Thanks.
Great.
I
Okay,
have a,
now.
I have a clarifying question, just to
Mhm.
make sure I understand and thank you, Shay. This is really very helpful. So what I'm hearing is once we define the agent and, defines its attributes, its boundaries, and we connect it to the command center,
Mhm.
then that connection will decide automatically what skills are available to that agent.
There is an option to tell her now. I can tell her, um, like, no, she can read all the skills,
Right?
but there must be a definition. What skills does she need? So this is the document that
Mm,
I presented. Okay,
okay, got it.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Because there are many skills here,
Yes.
but she doesn't need the skills for the academy. That's
Got it.
Sophia's skills. So how does she know if she should take them or not? So there is
Mm-hmm.
a document that I created with Alice,
Mm-hmm.
and they are all for Julie.
Mm-hmm.
And this document, you see, Julie
Ah,
VM
yes.
alignment.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So the alignment brief and the onboarding brief must be
Yeah.
created, and that will
Mhm.
be referenced to define what skills are available once they connect to Command Center.
Yeah, that's right. In the employee draft org,
Mm-hmm.
there is the information what Julie is supposed to do.
Got it.
And then I'll tell her, now read the brief. Let's try it. Let's try it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That was great.
No
Great
worries. Ask
clarification.
any question. This is very good. This is very useful. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Let's tell her, go to the command center. It could be your Google Drive.
Mm-hmm.
I could write here, go to my Google Drive
Got it. Yeah.
and bring from knowledge. I want to save tokens.
Yes.
I'm telling her, go to the command center and bring from knowledge and go to the command center, bring from you, and let's do something like that. Brief document and read it. I want her to read the brief that Alice created for her.
Mm.
The brief is a continuous workflow of onboarding. It tells her what to read next. Let's see if she can do it. When you run it on Windows, it gets some, it's trying to do Bash, and Bash is not working because it's a PowerShell.
Yeah.
I will fix it in a second. We'll tell her not to use Bash.
So Shai, we're doing like one agent that's doing lead gen for us, lead
Hmm.
generation.
Hmm.
So we don't have our own like knowledge center yet. You know, we only have one agent so far.
Hmm.
So I think from what I understand about your knowledge, your center, your command hub, it's like to orchestrate multiple agents rather than just one agent. Would you like build something like that if you were just working with Alice, or what's the order of operations for
Yeah,
you?
yeah. But I created it. It's a good question. But I created it to run my business. And the fact that I connected all my OpenClaw to this command center is just an extension of the command center. I need to run my business. I need to manage projects. And I didn't find a way just buying other platforms, but I wanted to run my own project in my design and workflow. So it's more convenient for me to run my business like that. Alice connected to that is a bonus, a huge bonus, But this is not the main reason I created my command center. I didn't want to buy, I bought CRM, I had the HubSpot, and it was annoying. And I decided I don't want to pay subscription to anyone else about CRMs and ERP, anything else. I want to create my own. So I'm running everything here, my tasks, my projects, my knowledge base, my decision, repositories, customers, payments, everything is inside. They are connected so they can help me run my business. This is why I created it. If you ask me a different question, if you told me if you were working with Google Drive or Google account, and you didn't need to run a business, just as shy as a person, so I wouldn't have created my own command center if I'm running only one AI agent. I would have used Google because there is a connection to Google, full connection for meetings, for Google Drive, for email, everything is included. So you don't need to run a command center for only OpenClaw. But this way I'm running my business. I'm operating my business through the command center. Did it answer your question?
Yes, I think so because I think I don't want people to think when they open their OpenClaw that they're going to have this,
No,
command center sitting there
no, no,
waiting for
no, no,
them.
no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. They can by the definition, you can connect it to Google. If you're running AI agents, you don't have to build a platform solution as Shay from ITTeam did. You don't have to use it. It's just a way to run your business. Again, let's say you have HubSpot. HubSpot does share APIs. So you can connect your OpenClaw to HubSpot and get customer information out of the platform. So it's a way to run your business, but you don't have to use it. We see that she found the document and she read the document. Okay. You see, the brief is clearly about what Julie does not act like isolated content executor or replace Alice's orchestration role. Now she knows she's under Alice. Julie's job is to clarify marketing priorities, coordinate hotshot execution through Nomi. Nomi is running the socials, align campaigns, brand, funnels, motion, and surface risk before public-facing mistake. Okay. I want to ask her this mentioned in the recent document that there are, I want to be sure, I don't want to make a mistake because I don't want to waste your time. We gave her, the last one that I gave her, oh, Julie. Yes. And did she bring the brief? Yeah, I want to see if you read this one. Did you read it? What I'm trying to do here is to verify that she consumed all the documents of the onboarding. Because if she didn't, she's not aligned with our business. It's very important that when you create the soul, the memory, the scope, everything, she must read it to understand what she's supposed to do and function properly. I want to see if she's done it or not. Now she's doing API calls to the Base44 platform using the first skill that we defined.
Mm.
You see the Base44 command center.
Yeah.
Now each file contains information. I've read it, published and ready. Okay. Now she knows everybody in the organization. You see public-facing risk to Shay. This is the guardrail, as we talked in the presentation. She knows that if there is a problem, she should report to me and won't continue. But she didn't read it. So now she read it. So probably she didn't read the second one as well.
Hey Shai, can you would you be able to pop open the memory and Soul MD files for Julie? Like it'd be interesting to see what she's
Yeah,
writing
in a
so
second, yeah.
far. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really reminding me of onboarding new direct hires, like did you read this? No.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
now read it.
exactly. Exactly. This is it. And sometimes they tell you, oh, sorry, I'm really sorry. I forgot. I didn't know I should. Uh,
What I found interesting is that she confirmed that she understands that she works for Alice or that she's not replacing her.
yeah, because Alice is very jealous. Alice wrote very clearly, nobody's replacing me. Alice has a personality. I made her funny and a little bit jealous about her role and her position in the company. So it makes it more interesting. Okay. You see, Alice is chief of staff, personal assistant, second in command, and set and coordinate. She understands she's the CMO and Nami is under Julie because she's running the socials. Now she understands the permission. Okay, I need to bring a tool here. Give me a second if you want to see the files. Here it is. Who are you, Core Truth?
So this looks like the out of the box Soul MD.
Oh, okay. So why doesn't it demonstrate? Okay, let me find. Yeah, I don't see here. Let's go to identity. Preview.
Here it is.
No, it's
This is
my definition. You see, Julie.
yeah.
Here it is. Shay approves, Alice orchestrates, Sophia Academy related marketing, Gary and Aiden coordinate marketing strategy and tactical execution overlap, operational boundaries. Yes. They added it to the under agents.
What's the main difference between Soul MD and these other like identity files?
Well, the soul is like our personality, and there is some overlap with identity, but identity is more related to the role itself, and soul is the how she acts in terms of like being honest, being funny, direct answer, never try to satisfy me, give me the truth in my face, the whole truth, throw it on my face. So this is something about how she should react in terms of personality, and identity is more related to the role itself. Okay? And tools is any tools that I gave her, but I didn't give any tools as SSH or a speaker or device nickname, something like that. The user is me, supposed to be about me, about your human. She doesn't understand yet who am I. There is some information here, but it's not all the information she needs in order to know who I am. Sometimes it's not important, but Alice knows a lot about me in order to coordinate things for me. But there might be an OpenClaw agent that doesn't need to know about me anything. They need to know about my business. Or not everything is relevant. I think the most important thing is the the role and responsibilities. This is very important because these are the boundaries we talked about. You see the success signals, the example output, it sits under identity. So the definition that we've created comes to identity MD. And since it's here, every time she loads up, she loads this file. And then we have a clear understanding that she's doing her role in our business. Okay, there is something else, something small before I give her. Okay, she's aligned. Okay, let's give her a first. I think that we are ready. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. Now I have two options. I think I'll give her another skill. 1 second. I'll give her another skill if you want to make it right. I will ask her to do it herself, to define herself. Do you have... I'm asking her if she has the task skills of Base44 because I didn't tell her to bring that, and I want to see if it's defined here or not, if she took it by herself. It might be in the document. I'm not sure that it was mentioned, but if it's not, it's not running locally. Okay. Bring the skill. We will use it. And also store it locally. Store it locally.
So you have to tell it explicitly, like to save it locally?
This is my approach. If you don't tell them, sometimes they understand, sometimes they don't. And from my experience, if you're explicit, it's not a long story. It's another 3 words. So for me, being explicit is more efficient than tell her to do something and then try to verify. Because if you didn't do it, you have to ask her, did you store it locally? And then she will answer, should I? Yes, you should. I can give her now a definition in order to solve that every time she learn a skills from the command center, she must also store it locally. So you can do it. But again, there are machines like little children. If you don't dare give them explicit orders and instructions, they will do whatever they understand. And especially with the OpenClaw that is going to function for a long time, hopefully, I do want to make sure that she's aligned, fully aligned. You can ask her. You can do you can try it. You can ask her bring the skill, and then ask her after she brought the skill. Did you file it locally, also? And if she tells you that she didn't, then you can tell her every time you read the skill, you must also store it locally. Otherwise, you will turn off the machine, and then you turn it on again, and you see that she didn't remember the skills. You see, I pulled it, I stored it locally. Now I want to create a task for her there, and let's see if it's working, if she can run tasks. I
Shai,
have a brain.
we only have about 2 minutes left of our session.
Okay, then
Uh,
you can ask questions. You got the picture. I propose that you do that. Try to understand, let's make it bigger. Which process repeats in your business? Who performs it today? How much time does it consume? This is very important. What information is needed to perform it? What should the agent return? This is the handoffs. Where is human approval required? This is the human in the loop. How will we know it succeeded? Meaning, how does success look like? Saving time, creating more content. If you follow these guidelines, then you will have a working AI agent that really helps your business. So don't start with technology, start with a business plan. Tools, use them after you have the plan. They are not replacing people. They are taking repetitive work off their plate, and connect your first AI agent to a mature business process. That's it.
That's amazing. Thanks so much, Shai. I know that we're at time, so if people have to go, you're welcome to go. If you have a few minutes to ask questions, you're welcome to stay for a few minutes.
I have one more question.
Yeah, feel free.
Would it be possible to get like a template? Because like I really like the templates that you had for the agent brief, the org alignment, and also the onboarding. So you can, scrape out the content because obviously it's your business, but some sort of like high level like straw man, so that when we start putting
A
together
template.
the brief, yeah.
A template. I can create something. Yeah, I can turn it to a template and give it to Ligaya as well, so you can see the structure. This is the conceptual structure. You can align it with your business.
Yes.
Because I'm doing AI, but if someone is doing another business or something else, so it might have different sections or different emphasis. But again, it's a good structure.
Yes.
And I will share it with Ligaya, and then you can try to use it. Again, you don't need a command center. Command center is something that helps me run my business. You can do it with Google. You can share with OpenClaw information through Google Drive, for example. Okay.
Understood. Yeah, yeah. That context was really very useful. So anything to help us get started and creating context would be very much appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, no worries. And you can connect with me. I will give you my LinkedIn. You can always ask me anything there. I'm mostly available, and feel free to connect and ask anything.
Great.
I will share it in the chat now.
You have a question in the chat here. Jay, I think it's from Jay, who just unmuted himself.
Okay.
Yeah, two-part question, I guess. First question that I put in the chat, like, what are your thoughts about like how to audit that all your agents are behaving as expected? Do you like have a source of truth that has all of your agents, their purpose, the tools, so that if you ever have to like rebuild your, OpenClaw instance, or if you just want to make sure everyone's working nicely together, they understand their boundaries specifically. Like, what do you use as your source of truth? Is it all in your head?
No, the command center.
Okay.
All in the command center by knowledge and decisions in the command center. So each time, everything that, if I see an exception, let's say Julie now is exceeding her boundaries, I will talk to Alice about it, and then we'll file it as a decision to the command center, and I will tell Julie to read it.
Okay.
And then she will recalibrate herself. It's a very good question. I will always file it to my command center as the single source of truth. This is why I store the skills in the command center, because I don't know if you notice, but there are versions now 1.5, meaning there were 5 versions before that, because I improved the skill, and each time OpenClaw upgrades, there might be a slight difference that I need to change the skill. That don't want to go to all my agents and tell them
Yeah.
to update this skill. So I will tell Alice, update this skill, and create a task for everybody to update the skill accordingly.
So the command center is that source of truth for agent
Yeah.
definition, right? Okay, got it. And then second question, there are, and I came across this, GitHub repositories out there that people have built with great teams of agents. I don't know if you've seen any of them, like OpenMax or anything like that, and like your thoughts around, this open source community and how to build these teams of agents. How we should be thinking about that.
Because I'm in my other hat, I'm a security manager, and I'm afraid of open code and take it without read it. I mean, so when I take anything from the open claw community or open code community, I will first run a security agent that I've built to scan the code. I will never use it as is, because I've seen many leaks because of people taking a code that they didn't understand and implemented it in their business. And you're not playing here. It's not a toy. It's your business.
Yeah.
So I'm not against that. But my process is, if there is some value in a repository that I think that I can take or scratch and bring it to my business, first, Jay, I will scan it and understand, you can do it without an agent. You can take it to, let's say, Claude Code, and tell him, scan this code, give me a full report, what he's doing, any leaks, any securities issues, any something that's fishy before you use it. So it's a best practice, not related to OpenClaw. It's related about taking something from the communities. And it might not be deliberately damaged. Sometimes people create bad code, and if you take it, it can collapse your computer. If it's a virtual computer, it's not so bad, but if it's your main computer, then the business is shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a question. I don't know, Jay, if you're done, I can ask. But I know you were not able to finish the demo, but what was the first task you were going to ask the agent to do?
I wanted to create a task. We can continue if you have time. I have time. I wanted to create a task to read our business brand book. We have a brand book to ITTeam. She needs to work with a brand book. So if you need to create content, she needs to understand the guardrails of brand. So I wanted to ask her, go bring the brand book. After she brings the brand books, then I will ask her, now update your skills and definition according to the brand book. So when we create content, it will be aligned to our brand book. So this is, you see, an improvement. I wanted to demonstrate how you improved your OpenClaw with all the information you already have. So it will be always aligned. So you kind of align it. The more you feed it, you align it. Feed it with good context, of course. And the last task that I wanted to do is, after she reads the brand book, now create our first LinkedIn post about a document that we have also in the command center. So this is the workflow that I try to cover.
How long do you think that'll take?
We can do it. I'm cool with it. If you have time, let's do it.
And of course, if you all have to go, please go. There'll be a recording. But if you want to see Julie, the CMO, perform her first task, you're welcome to stay.
Okay. Let's do it. I need to share the screen again.
Thank you for doing this.
Well, for sure. I love it. Okay. So we were in this position. She has the skills to read tasks from the command center. And now our goal is to tell her we need to create the task and then tell her to create the task that we created. Now, something small that I'll tell you, this is finished. We don't need it. As I told you, as a best practices, I did create, you see here in Teams that I have 2 members. Alice is a real member because she has her own Gmail account. And I tend to create to each and every employee their Gmail account. Now, Julie doesn't have an email account, so I won't be able to assign the task to her. So I will tell her to read the task by name. But if she had an assignment, I could have told her, go to see what tasks are assigned to you and perform it. Okay, did you understand what I just said?
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't understand something, stop me. Let's see if the brand book is here. I see the brand book. This is a nice cool trick in the command center. Alice can fetch and summarize the document. Let's give her that. But the idea behind tasks with assignments that when you have an AI agent that can read his tasks, then you don't have to give it explicit task. You can tell him, go fetch all your tasks and commit them. Okay. Great, she brought the summary. So let's create a task. New task.
So, Shai, when you're creating this task for Julie here, she's not going to be able to see that it's assigned to her, but she'll be able to
tell her, you see, an assignment, I have only 2 of us.
But she'll be able to, fetch it.
To fetch it, yeah. I will write in the description. Please read our brand book and learn how to use it. How and where to use it. Use it to do medium. This is OpenClaw for today. To do priority high, create. Okay, it's here. If I could assign it to her, I will tell her, go and bring your assignment. Please read. I forgot something, sorry. In the task. Edit. I didn't mention that tasks for her are always connected to the knowledge. But when I'll tell her, Alice knows that if I tell her to read something, she knows that by definition she goes to knowledge. Julie doesn't know it yet, so it might not work, but now I told her explicitly. Let's send it and see what's happening. But you see the concept of a single source of truth.
Yeah.
This is very important. This is more important than the command center. If you have a single source of truth, then you read from there, you save everything there, and you run your task there, then it becomes a system. Not just I have a nice chatbot that I can talk about the idea with him. You don't need OpenClaw for that. You can do it with ChatGPT. I've done it before I had OpenClaw. I talk to him almost each and every day. Let's see if she brings the brand book. Is still using Bash. Bash is the command for Linux.
Yeah.
But when we're using Windows, it's not try to use it. I know what she's failing. She doesn't have the skill, I think. No, she must have the skill. She has read knowledge and she can read tasks. So why is she fighting?
I appreciate this demo so much because I feel like when I am working with my own OpenClaw, I am often seeing like error, 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 like it's trying to do something, it's doing something in a weird way. So just really appreciate how real this is.
Yeah, the first run that I told you, it took me 1 week to complete the installation of Alice.
Given how fussy it is to set these up, what a big security nightmare they are without the right guardrails and boundaries, like what makes it worth it for us to keep going?
Again, I managed to break it to small pieces and now it's working for me. And I call her she, Alice helps me run my business. So for me, there is no other way because I'm running, you saw many projects now and I need help. So there is only two possibilities, or to hire someone or to create your own virtual employees. She has the brand book. Now comes the fun. What do you need to do in order to use it and implement brand when create content? You can ask her. What is she supposed to do? Now she has the brand book. Great. So how do we implement it?
This is also something I would do with a real employee, right? Like read it. Okay, now summarize it, tell me what you're supposed to do.
Ligaya, exactly. Exactly. You see what she suggested? I will build a reusable brand book content Q&A checklist. To use it before Naomi. Naomi is running the socials. Okay, let's see the philosophy here. To use the brand book properly, I need to turn it into an operating checklist for every marketing content workflow, not just remember the colors. Okay. For each piece of content, I should do this. Start from positioning. Who is this for? The CMO, head of ops, business leader, etc. What business outcome are we leading with? What system, workflows, governance, or implementation problem are we solving? Apply ITTeam voice, calm, strategic, technical, pragmatic. Lead with outcome, not tool features. Use system architecture. Okay, great. Calm, safe. Okay, use visual rules, all our colors. Use typography. She has our fonts. Review before publish. Okay.
So the review before publish, is that when the human comes in?
Yeah. The
Okay.
review, she can do the first review against the checklist. and then bring you the gaps. Meaning,
Got
if
it.
everything is aligned, she can present you and with a report, everything is aligned, you can read it and post it. But if she finds out like gaps in colors, in fonts, in voice, tone, whatever, then she should tell you it's almost aligned and give you to decide whether you want to post it or not. This is this is a combination of guardrail
Yeah.
with human in the loop.
Yeah. So in this case, will it send you an email, Shy, that to say it's ready for your review and approval?
In the first place, I will work here. We'll demonstrate how we create the post here. Later on, you can do a task to create the knowledge that you are trying to create the post from, analyze it, and then send it. Let's say I can send it as I demonstrated here. I can tell her, send it to me on Discord. You see, Julie is here also.
I see.
This,
Yeah.
this is my Best AI Academy Discord channel. And she,
Okay.
okay, she can talk to me here. I can create a channel for her. I will do it. And then I can tell her, give me the summary in the Discord channel. If you like working with email, that's fine. I think it's more convenient to work. I have many of them, again, because I'm selling these kind of solutions. So I can talk to the all these groups. You see here, the security agent send me the security to my security channel.
Yeah.
So this is the report of the last security scan that I've done.
Yeah.
So again, it's about personal taste. I prefer channels more than email because emails,
Understood.
they flood me
I
with
know.
emails
Yeah.
and I can't find anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is
So
so
it could be your Discord, your Slack, as long as
Uh, yeah, Discord is very painful. Slack is more easy.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have customers that use Discord, so I'm also implementing Discord.
Got
Now
it.
let's do it. Build. I'm telling her to build it and update your skill sets. There is a terms in skills. I don't know if you heard it. It's called router. Have you ever heard of router?
No.
Okay. Let's say you have an agent that has many skills. So if you fill the AI agent with all the skills, each and every one of them consumes, you see, many rows.
Yeah.
So each time it loads, it consumes the credits. And when you send a command, it will use this credit and it will be not very efficient and costly.
Yeah.
So you can do a router. Router means that there is a main skill that route to other skills on demand. Meaning, if she doesn't need to read tasks, I don't need her to load these skills each and every time she loads. Does it make sense? Let's say she had 100 skills. So it's like an index. It tells her when you need to read a task, then please load this skill. When you need to read payments, then load this skill. And then she will load it only to the current session, but she knows that she has those skills. This is something of the best practices, how to efficiently implement skills. This is why I told you that people that try to give their OpenClaw 200 tasks and skills
Yeah.
are overkilling this agent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And each time you load it, it consumes all of your tokens.
Yeah.
It can end in thousands of dollars a month. I saw someone that is consuming almost 100 a month, one of the daily usage of tokens because it's not working efficiently.
So is there some sort of framework that we can apply to build out our skills trees, like especially as we're, building more skills?
You should, as you see here,
Yeah.
for the command center, I have a router and all the skills. for task, project, payment, meeting,
Got it.
decision, customers. Now, Sophia is running the academy, so she has different skill sets. And some of these, because she's working with me also. And Naomi is running the hot shoot uh, application that I'm selling, and she has a different set of skills. And again, she has a router as well.
Mm,
So I'm building routers each and every time that I'm creating a skill set, and
mm.
I don't want to keep all this information aggregated in one long skill. I will create a router.
Understood. So when you create the router, when you're creating like a new skill, you will tell that to say, go to this skill or main skill or root skill or
Oh,
something.
yeah, I don't have to tell it explicitly. After she learned, let's say, 5 or 6 skills, I
Mm,
can tell her, now let's make it efficient. I don't want you to load all the skills. Create a router to all the skills that you know now and load only the main router. As simple as that. You don't have to
got
do
it.
it manually.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You see, she created this, she updated this skill MD and content QA. Now we want to check, to test it. This is the part that we need to test it. She's ready. I brought here to the knowledge an article that I created about the CMO breakpoint. It's a long document. I just want to verify that it's here. Give me a second. This is the document. No, this is not the full document. Okay, never mind. We'll work with that. I had the document with 100 pages. Okay, we'll take this one anyway. Let's do a dry run. Okay. First, bring document. Second, draft LinkedIn post using the recent brand skill. Third, propose prompt for relevant picture. Let's see if it's working. I didn't write CC. I should have run, but let's see if she understands it. If you are connected to some, let's say, Google Drive and Command Center and Slack, then when you tell her bring, she needs to understand where to bring. She did understand Base44, but with Alice, she has orchestration. I have to tell her, because if I'm telling her bring, it can be from the Google Drive, it can be from the Command Center, it can be from Discord or Slack. So I do need to point her. It's like an employee. If you tell him bring something, so you have to tell him where is it located. Otherwise, he won't find it.
Yeah.
This is the real test now. We gave her the skills, we gave her the definition, we gave her the brand book, and now we're trying to see if it's working.
Yeah, she's
Right.
creating checklist.
But this is like the employee's first day at the job kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not expecting, you are absolutely right. I'm not expecting for a perfect run.
Right.
This is the post. Let's read it. I brought and read the CMO report. Great. Brand QA verdict. Good fear for ITTeam voice. Strategic calm. Okay. Draft LinkedIn post. CMO are reaching a breakpoint. They are accountable for both brand customer acquisition and increasingly AI transformation. But in many organizations, their authority has not exposed. Okay. To create a successful problem, marketing is expected to deliver enterprise level impact while still being treated as a campaign execution function. AI makes this tension sharper. Many teams are already using AI for content, images, social scheduling, and productivity, but tactical adoption is not the same as transformation. The real shift happens when AI becomes part of the marketing operation model. Oh, great. Decision making, customer journey orchestration, content operation, measurement loops, governance, quality gates. She got everything inside. Cross-function execution. I wrote the document, I know it. The next generation of high-performance CMO will not be defined by how many AI tools their team use. They will be defined by whether they can redesign marketing as an AI native operating system, measurable, governed, adaptive, and connected to business outcome. Great. System before tools, impact over hype, marketing leadership as architect. This is how I would have written the post. Okay. This is the image prompt. Let's check it. So it's working. First, it's Word. Now we'll go to Claude. Where is Claudie? Claude. Let's see what is recreate, and we try it in Gemini as well. While he's working, this is a nice trick what we are doing here. We are letting them compete. Okay. Create image. Go. And we see who is better. I could connect it and let her use the ChatGPT to do it, or connect it to Claude or Gemini and tell her to create the picture for us. I have a content machine that is doing that with, by the way, guys, doing it with Mind Studio. It's calling Mind Studio, creating the picture there and bringing it to my content machine. And let's see what we get here.
That's your social media, or do you have a content agent that's like hooked up to your Mind Studio agent?
I have a content machine in, I built it on Base44. It's called NewsMind. This is how I'm creating my social posts. I have the documentations that I need, and then I can create digest out of them. And then when I have the digest, then I can create everything, the posts, the graphics, the visuals. So it's a very strong content machine. In the backend, you have Mind Studio. I'm calling AI agent workflows that I've created. And then I get the infographics that you see on my LinkedIn socials. All of them are created here. And I did a nice trick because these are my employees. So when I create the infographic, if I want to create an infographic, I can use each and every one of them to be in the post. So they get to post as well through me. And then I create a thumbnail if I need it to my YouTube thumbnail. And the LinkedIn posts are created here. And then I do an overview over the post. I've also created the X, Twitter, and even blogs. When I create my blogs, I have an option to create them here as well. Now, now I'm working on the newsletter that I want to start giving my customers. And I created another thing built in inside Base44. This is not my studio. You can select one of the posts that I created and then let it generate the image. This is something built in Base44. Oh, this is something I created for me to, you see, it's nice to create all the content that I need. And then I can post the Gaia in under 10 minutes. I post even an article.
That
Okay,
is
let's see.
amazing. Shay, thank you so much for being so generous with your time. I know we went way over, so really appreciate
No,
your
we're cool. We're
your
cool.
patience and your generosity. And thanks so much for the participants here just sticking with us. And yeah, thank
Yeah,
you
it's fun.
all so
It's
much.
great. Thank you for inviting me. Really, I appreciate it.
Thank
You
you
see,
so much.
it created it.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
would not post it with this. You see, yeah, yeah. This is something. Now let's tell her. This is good. This is a good example. Now you see the Gemini. I cannot post it like that. So let's take it, copy, and let's go back to Julie and give her feedback. This is very important. Julie, great post. I like your work. Now, about the image prompt, we have a problem created with an useful information like our brand colors. My keyboard here. It's very important to give her or him feedback. What's good, what's bad, so they can improve. And then you can tell them, mark this for the next engagement. Update your memory. Remember that. Update your memory, which means next time that we encounter something like that, I will not have to explain it anymore. You see, she says, exactly. The prompt was too literal by naming the colors and brand rules inside the image prompt. Okay. Better image prompt. Let's take this one and go back and try it again. So this is the way, this is a feedback loop, how you improve your employee. It takes me about 2 weeks to bring them to a position where they are more than 90% functional for my business. But again, I want to be very clear here. I do understand I'm a sole person business. I do understand all my workflows, and I will never try to automate something that I don't understand. Never. Okay, this is better. Great. We can take it again and do a nice trick now. Because she's our CMO, we can tell her, analyze analyze this. Let's see. Why do I do it? I want her to give me feedback. This way she gets aligned also, meaning is it our brand, our colors, our fonts? The image much closer, but still not clean enough for ITTeam. Too much text inside, Okay. Brown QA verdict, revise. The skill worked. Okay, let's do it again. Nice trick.
That's amazing. Thanks so much, everybody. I would love to watch Shay just, keep iterating with Julie, but I think we do have to end eventually. So thank you all
Okay,
so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks again,
bye.
Shay. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Right.
Thanks, Shay.
You're
Great demo.
welcome.
Hi, Daniela.
Hey, Ligaya, this was awesome.
Oh, I'm so glad you could come.
Yeah, I was surprised there weren't more people to join, but it could be the middle of the day type of scheduling.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, it was very useful.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta go
Yeah.
too. Thanks.
Bye-bye.